Welcome to Austin EV Only. Today we're going to be working on this Tesla Model Y Performance. The customer would like to install soft close doors. We'll show you how to install it, and by the end of this video, this Tesla Model Y Performance should be looking and running a lot better. Coming up. Okay, so let's get started on the soft close here. This one should be pretty simple. I want to see how fast I can go. Let's time myself. Okay, and go. Okay, so we're going to start here with the T30. Oh, very nice. Okay, let's quickly crack off all these little points here. There we go. Okay. That one. That one. And finally, the window should come down a little bit. And it did. Cool. Okay, and now we're going to take this off. Great. Wonderful. Marvelous. Now, the question I have is, we got to take the window regulator out again. I think the answer is yes, because I can see the regulator holder here and here, and there's the motor. So I'm thinking, yeah, this ain't gonna work. Take the window out again. Okay, I'm gonna tape off the window here. Just kind of mark it as like, hey, this is when it went in, this is what level looks like. Let's see about popping these out. Okay, let's get after it. Alright, let's see if I can pull these out with a magnet. There's one. And there's two. Okay, glass is coming out. Alright, I think we can pull this out now. Lift up, lift down. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to take off these 3 bolts right here. Great. Okay, so with the 3 bolts removed, we come inside here. First thing we got to do is we got to pop off this guy. There we go. So I got to just get this clip out. It's in there. There we go, got it. Okay, and then now we're going to push down on this piece that just popped out while pulling. Okay. Of course, can't remove it without first removing the screws right here. So let me do that. Okay, T15 ought to do it. Nice and easy. And with that out of the way, we can now attack this. Oh, there we go. Pop that out. All right, ready to slide the new one in. Should be pretty easy. Just get this wire out of the way. Start threading in the screws. Here on the, as long as we're back here, let's pop this sucker on. Yeah, so on that side, great. Cool. And weirdly enough, the replacement one from Hansshow is a 1/8 hex bit, not a Torx bit. I actually find that kind of strange, considering that our whole life has been Torx bits up until now when it comes to Hansshow. And then suddenly they're throwing this hex bit in the mix. Cool. I left putting this grommet back on, but let's just say that it's very time consuming and more fun than a barrel full of monkeys, as my father used to say. So we'll slide that sucker in there. There we go, got your grommet. Okay, time for the fun that we call putting back on the door regulator. Seems stripped out, man. I just realized I was in such a hurry, I forgot to take this strip off here. So let me start. Okay, and there she comes. All right, it's time for the glass to go back in. Okay. Gentle and great. So gentle. Okay. Now. Okay. Locked in, so let's unlock it a little bit. Straighten it out. There we go. Cool. That ought to do it. All right. Okay, we're just gonna pop these suckers back on real quick. All right, and then this part's kind of weird, but I guess I just bend it like that. Oh, there we go. I guess that's it. All right, let me put this back on. Really lines up. to run some of these wires here first. Get some of these suckers back in. All right, let's bring this sucker in here. Start hooking it up. Start hooking it up. See what we got here. These obviously go here. I'm guessing. Cool. Great. Oh, I bet you that's the speaker. And this is the light. Oh dear. And the speaker. And then the light goes last. And bada bing, bada boom. All back together. Okay, and I think we're ready to throw this door back on. Oh, this is glass off. Tape off so high. All right, seems good. Just close it slowly. Out of sync here. That's soft close. Yeah, bud. To see the soft close door in action, you've got to inch the door up to the crash bar and then gently push it to activate the latch. Then the latch will activate and suck in the door the last 2%. If you give me a second chance, I'll show you how I installed the soft close latch on the front driver's side door and got it to work on the first try. Okay, we're gonna start by taking off this door panel. There are 3 screws that hold the door panel in. One is behind this, and you'll need a hook to get off this reflector piece here. There we go. Okay. Using a Torx 30 bit, we will take out all 3. And remember, try not to scratch up anything here. Use a hand one if you think you might scratch something up. Then we're going to use our pry tool to get up the door here. I tend to favor plastic pry tools over metal ones so that we don't scratch up the paint if possible. Stick one in. We stick an even bigger one in. Start going around the edge. Now I'm going to get this tweeter out. There we go. Cool, so let me get in tight on this one just to kind of show you what I was talking about here before we move on. So this plastic, I guess we'll call it a bar here, is prone to breaking if you put any pressure forward, and the only way to get off of this hook here is to come straight up and over it. And stab it here while pulling up at the same time, and it rarely works. Okay, let's see what happens if I start pulling this out and up. Seems like, yeah, it's still attached in a couple spots right here. There we go. Okay, that's fully detached. I'm gonna go get my little slider here. And we've got something to rest it on that's about the right height here. And so I'll lift this up and then put it down on the, there we go. So as to not scratch the surface. Okay, so now let's start detaching all the things. I'll pull away this blanket, it seems like. And again, I've got my stabby tool here, and you may have noticed I put gloves on because my stabby tool slips and I end up jamming myself in the finger, so hence the gloves. Okay, the only thing I'm gonna say before we get started is do the light on the bottom last, because the light, once we disconnect that one, it will cause this window to raise up if we do it in that order. So anyways, let's start doing our little stabby deal here. So we'll stab right there while wiggling and pulling. And then I'm gonna pull up on this guy here. Just pull up really hard. It's very much stuck in there. Okay, and coming back to here, we're gonna start popping off all of these rivets. And there. Okay, and we got all those out. All right, continuing taking off the wiring. Now we're going to take the wiring off of this panel here. It doesn't connect too many places. Now we're going to go around and remove the 12 bolts that are holding in this. They're 8mm, and using an electric tool can really speed up this process. So here we go. Okay, and despite taking out the 12 bolts around here, we're not ready to pry this thing out because the window regulator is actually here, and then I believe there's another one here on this panel, which is holding the window. So we can't take this out until we take the window out. So yes, you gotta take the glass out. Womp womp. So we'll start by removing these little guys here. Oh dear Lord, there we go. Got those 4 off. And they're 10mm bolts for all of them. I'm going to start with the 2 holding the window regulator in, which are this one and this one. And then I'll do the glass second. And if you drop those in there, a magnet sure does come in handy. Okay, before I release this window, I want to mark it just so I know where the window goes when I put it back. I'm going to use a piece of tape here. That way when I pull the window out, I'll know exactly where it goes when I put it back. Okay, so again, I'm using a 10mm. These are gonna release the clamps on the window. The window has through holes in it, so you can't pull it out unless you get the bolts all the way out. Okay, for whatever reason, when I pulled the light out, it didn't go up all the way. So what I did was I only had to plug 2 things back in. If this happens to you, I just plugged in the power for the window regulator and the light. I plugged the light in, and then I pulled it back out, and then it went up all the way. And look at the difference it makes here between being retracted so that the door can open and close versus being up all the way. So now that it is up all the way, we can officially reposition this tape in the right position. Now we can use our 10mm to release the clamps that hold in the glass. And again, these need to come all the way out because they're going through the glass. Okay, magnet time. There's one. And the glass was sitting on this one so it wouldn't come out. When I pulled the glass up, it released the tension and it came out. This one with the plastic shield, it's plastic because the glass will actually sit on this and we don't want metal on glass. So this one sits on the glass, this one doesn't. This one does not go through a through hole in the glass. And then start prying up on this trim piece. I'm going to start here on the outer edge and try to use my fingers and slowly pry up. Don't go too fast because you'll separate the trim from the molding. So we want to go kind of slow here. And using this hook actually will help me quite a bit. And each pass I can get farther down the line. Yes, okay, I was able to get the full way down that time. Okay, come down here, up there. Cool. And with that, we're ready to pull the glass out. Very good. Okay, and coming around here to the front side again, we are ready to start prying this out. Now there's the regulator hooks under here, and there's some push rivets under here, so we're going to want to start by popping this side a little like up and out, and then you have to pull the whole thing down to clear the regulator that goes under here. So let me again start on this side. Looks like it's actually already coming up. So I'm going to go up first, out, and then down. Up, out, down. That's the ticket. Here we go. Okay, so these are T25s. Go easy if you're using an electric. Don't, full throttle it, because you'll break your bit. To get the latch here out, we're gonna have to pull this cable out. This cable is part of it, and unfortunately on the inside, this cable snakes underneath this white protector here. I guess this is a weather protector, I'm guessing. And this weather protector is held on by some Torx screws. So we're gonna take these Torx screws out. We could either, move this piece over closer to me to do it. I'm just gonna leave it there because I find it's easier to do it. Okay, and these are T15s to get these out. T15. I should probably use an extension. There's one. And there's two. Okay, we got them. And then finally this wire is coming in here. Let's see if I can move this out of the way. Nope. So I'm gonna use a hook, pull back on the tab. There we go, I heard it click. Push down on the tab while pulling. And in fact, you know what? A pry tool can definitely help here. There we go. Okay, and with that, we can now release this emergency latch. Okay, so check it out. We've got our, if we pull on the green really hard, it comes off, and then now this piece comes out. So now we're ready to remove this piece. One thing that frustrates me is that there's this waterproof gasket here, and the new one doesn't come with a waterproof gasket, so I've been trying to save them and transfer them over to the new one, and invariably I always rip the rubber boot. But either way, I'm gonna pinch it and push in to get it into the hole, and then push the whole thing. Oh my, come on. Just keep pushing it through the hole there. All right, and then it comes out. Okay, and then fun with rubber boot here. It's easy to get it off. It's very hard to get it onto the next one. So to get it off, I'm just gonna pull here and pull it right over. Just keep pulling really hard. And it popped off. So the first thing I'm gonna do is, remember that rubber boot that I said was so much fun? We're gonna try to slide it on here without breaking the tip there. So let's just see if we can't push it through.
One eternity later.
But anyways, it's done. So let's go ahead and slide it through. Slide that through right there. Get all of this here, and there we are. Okay, finishing installing the soft close latch. I will press this up against here. Okay, and we are in. And because I'm installing the self-presenting doors, I'm not going to reattach this plug here at this time. I need to insert a jumper that will go between here and the female end of that plug. Okay, so doing the best I can here with the camera angle I got. Taking the old connector, plugging that in to the female end of the Hansshow, and then taking this end here and plugging that in right here. All right, so we got that guy done.
So there you have it. Soft close latch working on the front driver's side door as promised. We hope you got something out of this. If so, would you please hit that like button, or better still, hit that subscribe button. That's how we make more videos. Until next time, this is Austin EV Only.